So let's get started with the first steps in the recipe to add to our assignment 2 index.html. Let me open up the assignment 2 folder. Here's my index. I've already placed my images in the correct folder. We already created the CSS style sheet that's attached to it. Double click to open index. I will collapse the files panel so we can have a little bit more space. The CSS designer is open because this is where all our CSS changes will be taking place. On sources, let me click on styles.css. Since that is our style sheet that's attached, you can open it to see it. It's blank currently. Dreamweaver will be updating that for us as we make the changes in the CSS designer panel. Our CSS styles first call to make changes on the body element. I can see it on my split screen here on the HTML side. This is, by the way, an HTML5 document, so it might look a little bit different from what you've worked before on CS6 or prior. I'm going to click on the body tag. Since this is already built, Dreamweaver is a little sensitive when it comes to making changes to CSS. It will actually try to make changes to whatever you have selected on the HTML tags. Just to make sure, I will click styles.css again and begin to add a selector. I will click plus. It automatically feeds the word body since that is what our selection is on the left side. I will press return to accept. And now I have my properties menu on display. The first change we will make will be to the font. We're going to pick Baskerville. I will pick the text menu and change the default font to Baskerville. That's the first one on the list. I will set the color to black. It's currently undefined. I will click on the palette and it's already at 00000, 6 zeros. I will now change the line height to 140%. Currently it's at normal. When I click on it, it will ask me to make a change on what kind of value it will be. It's going to be a percent value. 140% is typed in. I will press enter. I set the margin to 30 pixels. The margin is going to be in the layout directory. It's a visual representation of what the margin looks like. I'm going to click in the middle to make sure that the values are linked. We want to change the value to 30px all around. Press enter. We will set the background image to pagebg.gif or GIF if you prefer. That is in the background menu. My background image can be hosted elsewhere on the internet. However, we do have it on our folder. I will enter a file path by browsing my images folder and finding pagebg. Click OK. It should not repeat. So our background attachment will change from scroll to fixed. The background color should be changed to this hexadecimal value. I will copy that and paste it. Press enter. And those are the changes we make to the body. Now mind you, when you are clicking on other elements inside the document, you will find that some of the values are scratched out and you'll see this error message. Background color does not apply to your selection because it is not inherited, etc. However, this is not an error. This is just telling you that in this predefined page, inside of our divisions and IDs and all the other classes, etc., the changes that you've made do not apply to them. They apply specifically to the body. If I go back and select the body, you'll see that the errors go away. Whenever we start to make changes to the specific IDs and classes that we're using in the document, you may notice those kind of error messages elsewhere. So don't panic, everything is okay. I'm going to upload this file using the file manager. Click on put. Make sure dependent files be included in the transfer because we want the CSS style sheet to go along. I will now visit my page online. I'll reload just for safety and click assignment 2. And here is our page as it stands right now with all the elements that we changed. We have a new font, we have a background image that doesn't scroll, and we will continue to add changes to this page on the next video.